This is something I've never told anyone in real life. If I'm wrong, I'll sound insane. If I'm right, then I don't even know what that makes me. When my dad passed away last year, I was helping my mom clean out some of his stuff. In the basement, I found an old trunk with a heavy padlock. She told me to leave it alone. It's just junk. Later, curiosity got the better of me. My dad used to hide keys in weird places, so I checked under his dresser and sure enough, there was a taped-up key. Inside the trunk were newspaper clippings, a lot of them, all missing persons cases, mostly from the 80s and 90s. I thought maybe Dad was just fascinated with cold cases, but then I saw the Polaroids. People tied up, gagged, scared out of their minds. Some of them matched the faces in the articles. Then I found the notebook, my mom's handwriting, detailed entries about hunts, notes about picking victims, about moving bodies. She even wrote things like, "Doing it together keeps us close." I can't explain the pit I felt reading it. A few weeks later, I confronted my mom in the kitchen. I was shaking so hard I could barely talk. I asked her straight out if it was true. She didn't deny it. She just stared at me for the longest time and finally said, "Your father and I did what we had to do. That's all you need to know." Then she changed the subject. I've been trying to pretend it was just a horrible misunderstanding, but I've noticed things I can't ignore. Her garage freezer is always full stuffed to the brim. She claims it's meat she got on sale, but she hasn't eaten red meat in over a decade. A couple of months ago, I dropped by unannounced and caught her scrubbing out the back of her SUV, like deep cleaning it. When she saw me watching, she froze and gave me this look. I don't even know how to describe it except it felt like a warning. I don't know what scares me more, that my parents really did those things back then, or that my mom might still be doing them now. I haven't gone to the police. If I do, I'll have to explain how I know all this. And I'm terrified they'll either think I'm making it up or that I somehow had a part in it. I don't know how much longer I can keep this secret. I didn't expect so many people to respond to my first post. Reading through the comments honestly made me realize I'm not crazy for being terrified. Some of you told me to go to the police. Some told me to cut contact. I haven't done either yet, but I did start paying more attention. And now I'm even more freaked out. First, about the freezer. I finally got a look inside when she wasn't around. It wasn't just meat. Some of it was vacuum-sealed packs of chicken breasts, steaks, that kind of thing. But shoved in the very bottom, wrapped in black trash bags and duct tape, were these packages. Heavy, about the size of a forearm. I didn't open them because the smell alone was enough to make me gag. Second, there was a night a couple weeks ago when I stayed over at her house. Around a.m., I heard the garage door open. I looked out the window and saw her SUV pulling out. She didn't come back until close to 5 a.m. when I asked her where she'd been. She just smiled and said she couldn't sleep and went for a drive. At 3 in the morning, in the middle of winter. The scariest part happened yesterday. I was helping her bring in groceries, and she said something so casually it stopped me in my tracks. She looked at me and said, "You don't tell people where you go at night, do you? That's dangerous." Then she smiled and added, "Curiosity can get you hurt." I don't know if that was a warning, a threat, or if I'm just losing my mind. But the way she said it didn't sound like concern. It sounded like she was reminding me of something. I keep thinking about those Polaroids, the notebook, the way she looked at me when I confronted her. I'm scared to be alone with her now. And I keep asking myself, if she and my dad really did all those things back then, what's stopping her from doing it again now? I wasn't going to post again, but something happened last night that I can't keep bottled up. Ever since I shared my first post, I've been paranoid that she somehow knows. Like, how could she? But the way she looks at me now, it's different, more calculated, like she's waiting for me to slip up. Last night I stayed over at her house because she said she needed help moving some boxes from the basement. After we finished, she made tea for both of us. We were sitting at the kitchen table when she said, out of nowhere, "You've been spending a lot of time online lately, haven't you?" My heart dropped. I asked what she meant, and she just smiled and stirred her tea. Then she said, "The internet isn't as private as people think. You never know who's watching." I barely slept. Around a.m., I woke up to footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate. They stopped outside the guest room door. For what felt like forever, I didn't move, didn't breathe. Eventually I heard her go back down the hall. This morning when I left, She hugged me and whispered, "You know I'll always take care of you, right? No matter what you do." I don't know if that was a threat or a promise. I feel like I'm running out of time. If she really does know, I've been talking about her about what I found, then I don't think she'll just let that go. I don't know if I should go to the police, disappear, or just stop digging and pray she forgets. But I can't shake the feeling that she's already a step ahead of me. I did it. I finally went to the police. I brought the notebook, some of the Polaroids, and a few of the newspaper clippings I took from the trunk. I told them everything about my dad, about my mom, about the freezer. The detective I spoke to barely said anything while I explained. He just kept taking notes and asking me to slow down and stick to the facts. When I finished, he asked me to wait in the lobby while he consulted with his supervisor. 20 minutes later, he came back and told me someone would follow up soon. That was it. No reassurance, no timeline, nothing. But here's the part that made my blood run cold. When I got back to my car, my mom was sitting in the driver's seat, just sitting there, calm as ever, like she had been waiting for me. She didn't yell. She didn't even look angry. She just smiled and said, "I told you curiosity would get you hurt." Then she handed me my house key, the one I keep on my own ring. I don't even know how she got it. I drove home shaking. When I checked my place, nothing looked touched. But I can't stop thinking about her being in there, going through my things, maybe reading these posts. I thought going to the police would make me feel safer. Instead, I feel more exposed than ever. If she's been doing this for decades, maybe she has people on the inside. Maybe that's why the detective brushed me off. I don't know what to do anymore. I've been sleeping with a chair against my door. My phone keeps lighting up with a known caller late at night. I haven't answered once, but deep down, I think I already know who it is.